Hello, entertainment purposes only. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Thank you for the likes, shares, and the subscribers, new and old. Right? Wanted to get a celeb reads out. I try to get out more than like 2 a week or 3 a week if I can. Just trying to find topics that aren't so like monotonous and maybe things that I could branch out on and ask certain questions about. But I hope you guys are doing well. Check out those high vibrational channels in the description box of every video on this channel that I have. Okay, no excuses. This channel is only for people that want to elevate. So make sure that you are checking out those channels, you guys. Very, very powerful subliminals and affirmations to help change your life for the better. All right. Let's get into Kanye. I've done a decent amount of readings on Kanye since 2020. And I've always thought that Kanye was used for a certain agenda. And I've told you guys that every time I have read Kanye, he shows me these white buildings and he tells me that this is where they do a lot of like mind swapping and like energy swapping and energy like changing people's energy, doing things to people's minds, basically like mad scientists almost, and wizards and witches as well. Kanye has shown me a lot of that stuff spiritually through visions that whatever they have put Kanye through has enhanced his mania that he has dealt with since he was a child, especially when drugs and alcohol are brought into the mix. Yeah, Five of Swords and the High Priestess for Kanye. He's definitely surrounded by a lot of witches. That woman, Bianca, not gonna lie, they said there's a rumor that Bianca actually works for the FBI and she's actually just Kanye's other handler. Sorry, I couldn't even say the word, but Kanye goes through a lot of handlers. They always have Kanye with the handler. Kim was his biggest handler. Behind the scenes, Jay-Z is also a handler of Kanye, but in a very sneaky way. Okay, in a way where it's like a lot of mental and energetic manipulation. I wouldn't be shocked if Jay-Z works with different people to sort of keep Kanye's energy scrambled, and that's why he acts the way he acts. That's why he's so like out of control at times. And why he can't seem to express himself in the way that he wants to. There's a lot of things that are done to delay Kanye's mind, personality, and characteristics because of his natural intelligence. He has a very high IQ. Six of Wands in reverse. Why did I just hear the Jews? I'm not trying to be mean, but with the Six of Wands in reverse, there's definitely a group of people that celebrate every time Kanye goes crazy. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I know Kanye says, crazy stuff. I know he says mean things, out of pocket things, but there is a such thing as being so tied up and bound to an energy that it can affect your mind and your whole personality. I don't know why I'm getting underground, like something underground, the world and the devil and the Three of Swords. Yeah, something. Give me a second. what I want to say is that Kanye is both a victim and a victor with this Six of Wands in the reverse. I just got kind of sad because I feel like a lot of the times Kanye is sad. That's why he goes into mania. That's why he goes off and says a lot of things, a lot of tangents, a lot of tantrums even. But there's, you know what's coming out, even though they do all this mental work on Kanye, and they've done a lot of things to Kanye mentally. I even want to put in, there's a video, you guys, of Ariana Grande, and she's out there promoting Wicked, and her and Cynthia are out there singing their hearts out. There was an interview that someone did on the red carpet with Ariana, and they asked her a question about something that happened, and Ariana dead ass goes, I don't know, because when I was at so-and-so facility, they did the mind erasure procedure on me, so I don't really remember that much, to be honest with you, but maybe you should ask the person, maybe they'll remember. And she smiled. She said that shit with a straight face. I'm gonna see if I can find the link to that video and put it in the description box, because I really do feel like the spiritual communication I've had with Kanye is that he's telling me some real shit. And I really feel like that recent interview of Ariana mentioning mind erasure procedure like it's a regular Tuesday, to me is very creepy. And it says a lot about the stuff that Kanye says. But with the Six of Wands in reverse, like I was saying, I just had to bring that up because it's just something that came into my mind. And I'm like, I know the stuff I get shown is not lies. It's not crazy. It's not, I'm not psychotic. There are things that people do to people to erase your mind, hypnotism, people getting articles of stuff that you have touched, and they're able to do hypnosis on that. Like it's very crazy, the stuff that goes on, especially with the celebrities, when the higher ups, the people that we don't see, want to have them in control. Or in control or out of control, depending on what kind of rhetoric that the powers that were are trying to push. And Kanye is definitely one of their biggest puppets. But with the Six of Wands in reverse, there is a part of Kanye's mind that they cannot control. There's a part of his soul that they cannot touch. So what we see when he, like I said, goes off in the mania, that's the part of him that these higher ups and these dark people around him have manifested. But when we get into that musical and that soulful part of him and that emotional part of him, that's the part of his soul and mind that whatever they've done, whatever procedures they've done on him, I'm getting like energy transfers. Like they've done a lot to this man. It won't be changed. It won't be touched. They can't have it. Yeah, Nine of Wands. This always comes up when I read Kanye. He has some strong ancestors that do fight for him all the time. And that's why he's still alive. I picked that up in a reading I did a few years ago about Kanye, that someone around him really wanted him dead. But there's something that's protecting him in a certain part of his mind and soul that he still has. Yeah, Seven of Cups. It's like, I don't know if this is, I've said this before, but I tell you guys that there's people that put stuff in Kanye's drinks. These handlers, these security guards, these managers, these PR people that we see around these celebrities, I'm telling you, it's a very dark energy with most of these people, like most of the time. And I've said this before about Kanye and Justin Bieber, that there's people around them that put stuff in their drinks, put stuff in their food, all kinds of drugs, all kinds of technology. It's very creepy. Yeah, the tower. And it makes him act out like this. They've been doing this to Kanye for more than 7 years, more than a decade. They've been putting stuff in his food and his drinks, and it causes him more mania. That's why I've said since the beginning that this man he's used in so many ways that with the naked eye, if you're not spiritually awakened, you cannot see or you cannot feel it. But the people that are awakened, you can see, you can feel that something, he's being manipulated in some kind of way. And it's very sad, but I just kind of want to talk about it. Next. All right. I used to watch The Breakfast Club when it was Angela Yee, Doodoo Head Envy. I cannot stand DJ Envy. I really can't. Just the same as I can't stand Charlemagne as well. They're both ass wipes to me. But I did used to watch The Breakfast Club when Angela Yee was on there from time to time, only for the celebrity interviews. And, those interviews were iconic at a certain point. Um, the interview style and the things they said and the way things were conducted and the way the celebrities would come on there and low-key act a fool. They say that people go on The Breakfast Club because it's actually something in the industry that people look to do, because there's something about the energy in that place where it's like something. It's very weird to explain the way that the energy was kind of brought to me, but it's something about that place where when you go there you enter another part of your career. It could be like an initiation place, it could be very ritualistic. I can't even talk because these are a lot of downloads, and sometimes they make it kind of hard for me to speak because it's very powerful. Give me a second. But there's something about The Breakfast Club that's very ritualistic, Spirit wanted me to say. But anyways, I wanted to just talk about how Just Hilarious embarrasses herself. And I did watch the whole entire live because I was interested and I just wanted some new content because, like I said, I feel like sometimes we talk about the same stuff and I want to always try to get as much new tea as I can. So Jess joined The Breakfast Club about, dang, hasn't even been, it's been like more than a year, but it's been very short-lived. And she is, to me, very egotistical. Okay. Just Hilarious mouth will be the thing that will ultimately cause her downfall. I'm not saying like get her canceled or anything like that, because I feel like Jess has already been in a lot of situations where she said a lot of things that could have caused her to not even have a career anymore, and still she did end up on The Breakfast Club. But you could still say that The Breakfast Club was in a bad spot because of the ratings and because of the fact that Angela Yee decided to leave and she spoke on her experience there. Let's get into some cards, but I do feel that Just Hilarious has that clout chaser energy where she'll kind of do anything if it means her platform is going to get bigger or she's going to get more attention, more notoriety. Hold on, let's get into it. Give me a second. I'm trying to get my other deck, guys. Sorry. One second. Give me a second. Jess was saying that she was upset at the fact that she was blindsided that another person came onto the show. But you guys, honestly, even just, I don't even need to pull cards. There's just the energy of like, if it was a man, I don't think Jess would have been as upset at the fact that they brought on another woman. I feel like she has some deep insecurity issues there when it comes to other women. You know what's crazy with the Seven of Swords? Jess wanted to leave anyways. And certain blogs have been reporting on certain tension that you can feel while they're filming and or maybe doing an interview or just regularly talking, right? Because it's a radio show. That's what they do. They talk. But it's like Jess was always coming for the other girl, and you could just totally smell the insecurity, okay? Jess, girl, I don't know why you're so insecure about women, but you need to drop that. Because I kind of get this feeling that it causes Jess a lot of problems with like friends and maybe even like female family members as well. Like Jess has deep insecurities about other women. I think she was cheated on or something with the Seven of Swords. So Jess always made herself look crazy when that girl came on to the show. And, you know, she breaks up her kids and how happy she is. But it's like at the end of the day, you know, Jess could have been more of a team player. That's why I said her ego came into play and her ego fucked this up for her. I mean, will she have more work? Will she be broke? No. But I feel like with this other girl being there and almost like joining the cast, it brought out Jess's true colors. She also has like mental health issues she needs to deal with. Definitely getting. Did she not take care of her postpartum? Or is she not taking care of her postpartum? Or whoever the guy is that she has that baby with, they argue. Or she argues with him. Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. Jess could deal with like negative thoughts as well, because you know a situation is only going to be as good as your mindset allows it to be, and that's another issue that she faces. Seven of Cups, yeah. Well, oh yeah, the Sun card. There's definitely something here about her not dealing with her postpartum, either depression or anxiety. You know, when you're pregnant, a lot of chemicals affect your brain. And if you're not careful, you're not in therapy, you're not ready, or, you know, your pregnancy is harder on your body, it's going to really affect you. But like I said, just Ben wanted to leave, honestly. This was just a good excuse for her to get out the door. Yeah, the Fool and the Ten of Swords. She wasn't happy there from the beginning. She thinks Charlemagne and Doodoo Envy are. I always call him Doodoo Envy. I really don't like him, but she thinks that they're losers. But basically, with the Seven of Swords, she saw it as a good opportunity. She used it. Now she's dipping out. I definitely feel like Jess has something lined up for herself. Maybe even her own show. So, I mean, who knows? Anyways, yep. Love you guys. See you later.